This is our one-piece popping passion vine. Wow. Okay, tell me about this because, Katie, this was something that was not even expected to be in the show.
I know.
And we got it in. It's so exotic. It's so gorgeous.
This is one of my favorite. I mean, look at this flower. This is so unusual. We were just talking about those of you who live down in the south, the panhandle. You might see these growing outside. This is a tropical plant. And so it's going to be one of those vines that is a vigorous growing flower that's going to cover arbors and trellises. We'll show you what it looks like.
What is that fruit?
That is a passion fruit. So
wait,
it's
I can grow a passion fruit?
And it gives you edibles. This year,
what?
you are going to get passion fruits.
Okay, this was something, I think about passion fruit as being like, well, right here we see juice. That's like something like, you know, you get maybe when you go to like, I don't know, the Caribbean and their breakfast buffet or something.
You see it and you don't even know what, it's one of those.
Or at the grocery store, they would cost an arm and a leg.
Yes, you are now getting your own at-home passion fruit that you grow not just for the, I mean, the fruit is a very unusual added bonus.
But
because
no,
it's
the
loaded
flowers,
with vitamin C, but the flowers
are so cool.
So interesting. And as far as passion flowers go, you might have seen these, you know, in a botanic garden. These are going to be a really unusual one because they're bigger. They're about 5 inches across. The petals are this creamy white, but as you go towards the center, it is a bright, deep purple.
Wow, it's so unusual.
And this is what you can expect. This vine here that between the two of us, you know, it's 6 feet tall. This is one growing season. So this is a rigorous growing vine.
And it is a perennial, so it'll come back year after year after year.
So it's a tropical plant. So if you do want to keep it and overwinter it, it's one of those that you need to bring indoors. If you live in an area that gets 20, you know, below 20 degrees, this is something that you need to bring inside. But that's okay because you will get the payout of the fruit and the flowers.
Everything in one season.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I love this if you can bring it in. But my gosh, that I could get this in one season.
Exactly.
Wow. Show me the plant that you're going to ship. This is big.
That's the other thing. We have so many great ship samples. You know, we are shipping you this home. So it's a robust growing vine. You can see how big it is already. And what I really love about it is that it comes with a trellis. A lot of times we're sending you plants and we say, pick up a trellis. And people ask me, well, where do I get a trellis? So we've just said, we're going to include it. That way you are set up for success. If you want to put this, which I do suggest, against a wall or a fence, somewhere it will grow taller. The other cool thing is you can also have it grow wider if you want it to grow as a ground cover.
Cool.
So it will get to be about 6 feet tall in one growing season, loaded with flowers and fruit.
Pretty.
But it can either grow vertical. Maybe you live in an apartment and you want a little bit of privacy.
Would you put this in a container or would you put it in the ground?
You can put it in both. I personally would like it in a container because where we live here, I'm going to have to be bringing it inside. So for me, it's going to be a lot easier to just have it in a container. You can slip this growing pot into about a 12-inch decorative container, or you can repot it into something a little bit bigger.
Do you know what we have? Just last hour, maybe we can even put we did these beautiful garden reflection, a 2-pack of planters for under $40 that were so beautiful. Actually, we have your plants sitting in them. Those would be incredible for this. So I would really recommend. Go to Items Recently on Air. We have the perfect planters that I think will not only work, but look really gorgeous. Okay, this idea of the passion vine, when do I start seeing the flowers? And do they just come and go, or do I see them for a lot during the season?
So the flowers, this will bloom all season long.
Wow, that's cool.
So that's what's fabulous about it. And then after the flowers come the fruit, so they will be a late summer addition to the garden. So you'll see these gorgeous, I mean, almost alien looking flowers that are covered. And then as that flower fades, you can actually see here, as the flowers have faded, the fruit starts
There's the information for those planters.
Great.
See, that's perfect. They're 15 inches.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and you get 2 of them for under 40. So those are available in a bunch of different colors. The midnight blue is so pretty. Actually, the midnight blue with this plant would be amazing.
It would.
It'd be so pretty because it'd be blue on blue. Now, tell me about the fruit. Like, what do I do with it? Because it is a really unusual fruit.
It is so unusual.
And I'm going to guess not everybody, but most of our viewers have never tasted it before.
Well, can you smell it right now? Like
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a really tropical smell just standing here near the fruit. So you can see here what we've done with it. We've just cut them in half and drizzled some honey on them. There's a little bit of cream next to it. They've made passion fruit muffins here. The kitchen is so clever and creative. Passion fruit pudding So you can take it, the passion fruit, and you can puree the fruit down into a pudding. It's a very tart flavor.
Oh, I love the smell of the juice.
The smell, yes.
So this is really cool because I love that this is an edible that I've never presented before, and you've probably never grown before. I've actually never grown it before, but I love that it's an edible that when you have smaller spaces or you really want to get the most bang for your gardening buck, you have these wild looking, like almost fantasy flowers, right? Like they look like something like out of a movie or like, you know, but truly like almost like something out of Avatar.
Oh my God,
Don't they really like something
yes.
like, they're just the coolest looking flowers. But then you can also grow passion fruit. It's a real conversation piece plant, and it gets this big the first year. So pick up some planters if you need them, under $30. What do I need to know in terms of caring for this? Just like sun, shade, how much water, fertilizer?
Yeah. So like any baby plant, I mean, this is a nice big ship sample we're sending you, but if you have
it's so big actually.
Yeah, I love this.
This is what we're sending you.
I'm so excited that you will get something robust and you will get the payout this year with so many flowers. But this plant likes at least 4 hours of sun, so it can do a part shade. It doesn't have to be in full sun all day long. So it likes that. As far as fertilizer, we have our fertilizer for fruits and vegetables. So that's something that you're going to want to put into this because you do want this to fruit, not just flower, which is going to be that little added bonus. Remember, the brand name is NPK Plus, and you know, watering, you want to care for it in that container. Make sure you're checking on it every week.
These passion fruits smell so good. This is where I wish all of you could be in the studio with us. It is really, between this and the gardenia, it's impossible to be in a bad mood.
I know.
It's like aromatherapy in here. Look at those flowers. I feel like those would be flowers like the kids would like too. Like if you have kids or grandkids, they're just so wild looking.
They are, and they'll
big.
be loaded, absolutely covered on the plant.
So that is your one-piece Poppin Passion Vine live plant, very exotic, absolutely gorgeous.